Okay, imagine chili in the slow cooker. It makes the entire house smell good. You start it in the morning and you enjoy it in the evening. Now that's great when it comes to chili. You set it, you forget it, you enjoy it later. But what about your retirement plan? A lot of times people will ask us, can't you just build me a retirement plan and then we part ways? Well, no, and here's why. Spending in retirement changes. Think about your own life. Think about the last 20 or 30 years. How have things changed for you? Maybe you had children. Maybe those children have now left the nest. Maybe you were married. Maybe you got married later. Maybe you were in debt at one point and now you're not. Maybe you had a house. Maybe you've downsized. Maybe you've bought a second vacation home. Think of your changes. Okay, now think of the rules of retirement. The rules of retirement are set by lawmakers in Washington, whether we like it or not. Let's say you set up a retirement plan a few years ago and the required minimum distribution age was 70 and a half. So you had a plan that included 70 and a half is when you would start taking those required amounts from the accounts that you hadn't paid taxes on, like a traditional 401k or an IRA. Well, guess what? The laws change. The laws change and the rules change when it comes to retirement. The RMD age went from 70 and a half to 72. Now it's 73 and for some people 75. So you might be saying, well, why should I care? It's a required minimum distribution. Well, Lauren and the retirement planners talk about this. That age at which you're required to take money out of those accounts, well, that money is often taxable. So you wouldn't want to start taking money at 70 and a half if you didn't have to in a lot of cases. Now, some people, sure, they do need it for retirement income. The point being that not only like life changes, retirement rules change. So if you built a plan when the tax brackets were in one spot and then the tax brackets change, you might want to change your retirement plan too. Life changes and your needs change. That's why you can't set and forget a plan. One other thing that the retirement planners here at Merkle Retirement Planning talk about is spending. Spending in retirement for most people is not a straight line. It actually kind of looks a little bit more like a smiley face because there are three phases of spending that Lauren and the retirement planners talk about. They talk about that first phase, the go-go years, when you're traveling and you're going to do all the things that you didn't get to do during the working years, spend time with the grandkids, maybe get in an RV and tour the country. That's that first phase. That second phase, you slow down a little bit. You've done the things you want to do. Maybe you're spending a little bit more time resting, a little bit more time indoors. And then we know that last phase of retirement for a lot of people is the no-go years. That's when, again, the spending for some can uptick again, but it might be more spending on medical needs and healthcare needs. So just imagine that as something you set and forget. Let's say you set a budget during the go-go years and then everything changes and your plan says, well, here's what we're going to spend. Well, you know that you might be spending more and less during times in your retirement. I think those are just some examples of the things that can change in retirement. Of course, our retirement planners, they know about all of the changes that are coming in retirement. One last point, though, about you can't set it and forget it. I'm telling that to you, but I want to switch that to the person you're working with, the financial advisor who's helping you. That person can't set it and forget it. They shouldn't hand you a plan and then say, good luck. We hope you make it to and through retirement. That person should be checking in with you, not only maybe on an annual basis just to go over your plan again, make sure you feel good about it. The retirement planners here, they're checking in with people when there's big swings in the market. They're making changes to their plan if needed. If there's legislation that changes, when those RMD ages changed, our retirement planners, they're reaching out to people because for some families and individuals, that meant a change to their tax plan. So don't set it and forget it on your end, not a good mantra, but also the person you're working with, that should not be their mantra either. Okay, now it's time to rewind. I talked about a plan, a retirement plan. You might be saying, I don't know if I have a retirement plan. You could have a 401k, you might have an IRA, but do you have a plan? Well, I don't have time right now to explain to you exactly what goes into a retirement plan, but I've got a great resource where you can go right now and sign up for a time and a date that works for you and sign up for our online Journey to Retirement workshop. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to understand after watching this exactly what a retirement plan is. We've got two people in this video. They're the stars, John and Sue. They're a hypothetical couple, but here's what happens to John and Sue. They want to retire and they've got all these decisions ahead of them and they've got to make them for the first time, electing Social Security, Medicare, supplements. They've never had to do this stuff before, so they're going into it and they need some help. Our retirement planners guide them on a journey. They show them how to make the decisions. And what's going to happen is whether you're married, single, widowed, divorced, you're going to learn something that pertains to you because the decisions John and Sue have to make in the online Journey to Retirement workshop are similar to the decisions that you're going to have to make. They'll help you understand what putting a retirement plan together looks like. Then you'll get to the part where you don't set it and forget it, because if you're working with the right person, they're reaching out to you to make sure that you get all the way through retirement. Go to retirewithmerkle.com right now to sign up for our online Journey to Retirement workshop.